You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade, the accountant for entrepreneurs. The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight. The money zone, together we'll achieve your goals, we're building wealth, you're not alone, so don't delay, get your money straight.
Hey guys, welcome to The Money Zone. I'm your host, Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys. I'm here on RIP Radio Network each and every Tuesday, guys. I'm excited to be here with you all tonight. Look, it's freezing over here in Maryland. Where you guys at? Give me a call. Let me know where you guys. If you're in Florida, I'm hating on you right now. If you're in Texas, all my clients that's in Texas, I'm hating on you guys right now. We over here freezing. They talking about the chance of snow and everything else. So yeah, guys, pull out all the big coats, all the furs, the leggings, the smeggings, and everything else. So guys, we have an amazing night for you all. First segment, I'm talking about the 3 shades of tax fraud. The 3 shades of tax fraud. So look, I'm not even going to tell you what it is. You just need to go ahead on, tune in, get ready to call at 301-232-5700. But then segment 2, we are talking about the 2020 tax rates. If you don't know, the tax rates get adjusted for inflation and, due to new laws that were implemented and everything else. So we're going to talk about that today. So today is really a money day. Not even a tax day. Today is the tax day. So if you're watching us on anything social media, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, share the video. If you're watching us on ripradionetwork.com, go ahead on and tell your friends to come on and tune in. And if you don't know, we're on every platform out there, from Amazon, Roku, to Spreaker, iTunes, everywhere. So go ahead on over there, give me my 5 stars, and let's rock it out. So guys, if you're not following me on all things social media, go and follow me, Folasade, Folasade, the accountant. And guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. for tuning in into the Money Zone with your girl Folasade, the Accountability Accountant, guys. Okay, so 3 shades of tax fraud. So let me tell you what triggered today's topic. And sometimes I create the topics on the whim. Sometimes I'll be well prepared. Sometimes I create content a week in ahead. It just depends on my spirit. Or I'll create content a week in ahead and then something else pop off and I'm like, no. Like my son, no. Let's go ahead and regroup and change things. So basically, I'm talking about the 3 shades of tax fraud because I've encountered over the past week multiple individuals have committed blatant 100% tax fraud, and they didn't even know that they were committing tax fraud. So there's 3 shades of tax fraud, and if you know one of them, if you beat me to the punch, give me a call, 301-232-5700. But the first bluster, okay, of tax fraud, and I'm gonna just start off with you claiming other people's children, okay? So the first thing, you guys, if you are not the parent, the guardian of that child, or the aunt, or see, the auntie could be the guardian too, right? And or right, that child lived with you for 6 months or more, and you provided more than 50% of their support, then you have a right to claim their child. But let's really be honest, right? Let's really be honest. I think that's the one. I think I picked the wrong one, Trump, but it's cool. But let's really be honest. Many of you that's claiming your niece and your nephew, your cousin and your brother, or the lady's son down the street, or the lady that got 15 kids down the street, child, you know more than likely you did not support that child for more than 50%. You know you only said hi and bye, or you've never even met the child. Let's really be honest today, okay? So if you guys are just tuning in into the Money Zone, we're talking about the 3 shades of tax fraud. And so claiming somebody else's child may seem like it's so innocent. Oh, Folasade, it's not a big deal. Yes, it is a big deal. It is a very, very, very big deal. And the reason being is because you're actually going to either reduce your taxable income, right, by claiming that child, okay, or you're going to get some type of credit like the child tax credit, or that child allows you to qualify for earned income tax credit. So in the end, any credits that you receive by claiming that child that's not legally, 1, yours, or 2, you were the guardian, or 3, you supported more than 50% of the year, then that is considered 100% tax fraud. But let me tell you why I'm talking about this today, because it's prevalent in minority communities, not just black, but Spanish, everything. And if you notice, that's when the IRS really started cracking down. If you go ahead on and Google, okay, claiming children that don't belong, it's prevalent in many minority communities, but then also underserved communities. So regardless of the color of your skin, when money is tight, people tend to use their taxes as a way to get more dough. Can I tell you guys this? Please stop that. Please. It's going to come back and hunt you, and it's going to come back and hunt you when you all least expect it, okay? So why is that a problem? Because you lied. You telling the IRS that you supported this child in some form or fashion. Okay? And then you've ended up either paying less taxes due to that or getting money back due to it. So it's 3 levels of wrong. First of all, you lied about the relationship. And so this is another thing. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, that's my nephew. Look, if you African, we all say that's your auntie, that's your nephew. In all actuality, for real, we really be thinking that's our aunt and auntie and uncle, but it's really not, right? But for tax purposes, the law is, it doesn't matter if they're your child or not. You have to, 1, support that child for pay more than 50% of their living expenses. And 2, that child had to live with you for 6 months or more. They don't have to be your nephew, niece, cousin, brother. It can be other, okay? You could have, adopted a kid or took the kid in. You just have to have proof that you provided more than 50% of their living expenses, okay? And that they've resided you for 6 months or more. But many of you, you know, that's not even the case though, right? We know that is not even the case. All right. So on our other sheets, okay, on the same document you were just on, Trump, tax fraud number 2, okay? And that is falsifying paperwork. So this was prevalent years and years and years ago. Oh, and you know what? Honestly, no. It's still prevalent till this day. That's when you go to the preparer and they tell you, oh, yeah, I'm going to put a business on your taxes. Oh, yeah, don't you have that small business? And you know, good or well, you do not have that business, baby girl. So what they're saying is that they're going to falsify you a 1099, or I've also seen falsified W-2s. And so what do they do and how do they do that? It's easy. Remember, I'm a numbers person. So all they have to do, and I'm not going to tell you how to fraud the system. So I'm not going to even go into that. But it is a major problem for the IRS, especially for the 1099s. And let me explain to you why that's a problem. Because many of you are illegally saying you have businesses and you may not have created a fake 1099, okay? You may not have done all of that. But you're on the same level as the ones that create the fake 1099 if you're claiming a fake business. And many of those phony tax preparers that are not skilled and knowledgeable that claim that they can get you guys all the dough back, all of the money, okay, they get you high refunds, they use that scam of falsifying a business, okay? So they go ahead on and prepare a Schedule C for you on your taxes and claim an enormous amount of losses. And so what does that do? And why is that a tax scam? Give me a call, 301-232-5700. It is a major tax scam. And the reason why is because that loss reduces your taxable income. And the lower your taxable income, the lower amount of taxes are due. And guess what? If you paid a significant amount of taxes, you're going to get all your money back. Or if your income goes so low, you're going to qualify for earned income tax credit and this and that. And then guess what? You get the maximum earned income tax credit, plus you get the tax money that you paid back throughout the year. So this is a major tax problem for the IRS and preparers because one person could have cheated the system by 10 grand right off the bat, just one tax return. And if that tax preparer uses that scam as a way to get you guys in the door, multiply how many friends you done referred to them. Come on now, because that's what y'all do. Y'all don't refer your girlfriends and your whole job to people like me. You refer them to the scammers. And then guess what? You so embarrassed. Y'all done got audited. No, look, no. Look, y'all, this is really happening. This is really happening. So at my old office, it was a guy right next to me. He used to have lines outside of his office. And I'm like, hold up. What am I doing wrong? Why did this man got lines and lines and lines of people? I ain't know after like 2 years. And then year 3, his clients started knocking on my door. But he knocked on my door before. And he was like, Folasade, you know, I can't submit this tax return. Look, y'all, hit me with the shade. Well, look, he thought I was stupid, young and gullible, right? Folasade, I can't submit this tax return. It's after tax season. I'm sitting there thinking like, hold on, if you got your EFIN, if you got a real tax software, if you got a P10, and if you fully legit, right? IRS did not close down the e-filing system yet. Why you can't submit your taxes? What's going on with you, dude, right? Look, I got the tax return. The client made $30,000 and he had itemized deductions, y'all. Guess how much? $22,000. So the guy's income went from $30,000 to $8,000. And guess what? His refund was like $5 grand from federal, and the state was like $3,000. And so when I looked at the tax return, I told him, I said, hey, you know, I can't do that. I said, I don't know what's going on, but my system down, I can't even file the tax return. I said, I can't put my P10 and my EFIN on that tax return. And, he kindly walked away. And then a year later, y'all, he got busted up in. Ran up in. They took all his files. All of his clients ended up getting audited. And soon come, you're going to see him go to jail soon. Because he's not there at that location no more. And I ended up getting quite a few of his clients. And they ended up owing $15,000 to $20,000 a pop. Some of them actually owed $30,000 to $40,000 because they cheated the system right with him for 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 consecutive years. So you guys claiming these false businesses and creating these 1099s is one of mine and the IRS dirtiest tax fraud scams. And it's time that you guys understand that that is not the way to go to actually get your money back. That is not what we do. Okay? What we do, you hire people like me to do tax planning and to be strategic about the taxes that you owe and figure out a game plan to legally minimize your taxes. That's called tax planning. This is why the rich keep getting richer, because they pay people like me, okay, to reduce their tax debt legally. But it's like all my minorities and my underserved communities, you guys trying to get rich quick and, come up off the tax season trying to get low, right? Right? And it's shameful now. Okay, so it's time that you all understand that those fake businesses are going to actually get you caught up. Okay, so the next tax scam, though, the next tax fraud that we're going to talk about is the tax preparer fraud. Okay, so this is the thing. You guys need to choose your tax preparer wisely, and it honestly don't have nothing to do with credentials. Some people that's so credentialed heavy, oh, you want to go to a CPA. Oh, you want to go to an EA. Oh, you want to go to this? Let me be really honest with you guys. With me personally, it's not about the credentials of the individuals. One, is about their integrity. Number two, it's about their expertise. And then also, you want to know that they know what they're doing, okay? So you have to choose your tax preparer wisely. And the IRS said, first of all, ask your preparer if they have a preparer tax identification number. If they don't have a preparer tax identification number, then guess what? You don't want them to file your taxes because it's going to say that you did it on your own, okay? Number two, IRS don't have it on their site, but what I need you all to do is make sure that they're not using TurboTax. TurboTax don't have a professional's edition yet. TurboTax is for you guys to do your taxes on your own. It is not a professional site. So you want to make sure that they've invested into a software that it costs them like a couple of thousands or a couple of hundreds of dollars that they are utilizing, because more than likely that software requires them to have a P10, and most softwares also require them to have a EFIN so they can electronically file your return. Okay, so the IRS don't even have that on their site. The IRS say check the Better Business Bureau. That's okay, but that don't really justify anything. Oh, y'all, see, that's the thing. Many people say bad things about a business after things don't go in their favor. Like, I really don't judge too much businesses off of the Better Business Bureau, because it's a company in California that's using my company's name. They have a different website. Their website is like Suncrest SFS, and mine is suncrestfinancials.com, and they have like they've been booted off the Better Business Bureau. But if you were to judge them, you may think that that's my company. Boot, that ain't my company. I'm in Maryland, and I'm Suncrest Financial Services LLC in Maryland, not California. So you don't really, I don't really judge off that. But then also, one way is to judge them is by their fees. Preparers that are not necessarily legitimate, they charge you guys an exorbitant amount of fees because they don't know if they're going to get arrested next year. So they try and get all the dough this year. They trying to make sure they come up, right? They trying to make sure that they come up. So they need all of their money, right? But many of you need to understand that if they're charging you outrageously, like $600 for a basic tax return, then it might be something in there that they're charging you for. They're charging you because they threw some extra stuff on your taxes, or they're charging you extra because they did that fake business, okay? So guys, I've been talking, and I can keep talking, but let me go ahead on and take a quick break, and then we'll be right back, okay? Welcome back. Look, you guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, when I start talking, that little stutter might come, you know. But look, give me a call, 301-232-5700. I know many of you are looking or thinking about your tax that you filed this year or the tax return that you filed last year. The reason why the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act that Donald Trump implemented was actually to combat tax fraud. This is why the Congress and them approved the law so easily, because the form that the client today, actually was utilizing to defraud, that he didn't even know because the preparer did it, right? And many of you have those same circumstances. They ended up wiping out that form entirely. So it's a Form 2106, where you were able to take your mileage, business use of home, and so many other expenses like you were a business. And tax preparers were using those to really do what? Pad your deduction. So now we're going right into the third tax fraud, okay? The third shade of tax fraud, padding your tax deductions. Many of you, let's say, for example, your mileage is 3,000 miles, right? Come to find out, you bring a paperwork to me to say your mileage is 6,000. That's padding your deductions. Let's say you gave 5,000 to charity, right? Okay, right at the top, Trump. Let's say if you gave 3,000 to charity, right? And you come to me like, oh, Folasade, I gave 6,000 to charity. That is also padding your deductions. That is fraud, y'all. It is nothing right by that, Okay, the tax system rewards you guys for having those expenses. And is it really fair that somebody else can fake pad deductions and get the same credit as you? That's not fair to me. I don't know about you guys, but that is not fair to me at all. Okay, so the IRS say some unscrupulous tax preparers include overstating deductions such as, and I just said it, charitable donations. And so look, the client today had medical expenses, y'all, of about $15,000. I asked the man, I said, hey, did you get shot or something? What happened? Did you break a leg and didn't have health insurance? What happened? He was like, no, Folasade, I didn't even go to the doctors in 2017. I was like, no. He said, why you asked it? I said, because they claimed that you had $17,000 in medical expenses. He said, oh, well, I did pay for my medical insurance. I said, no. They said that in addition to you paying for your medical insurance, you had $17,000 for medical. I said, did you break a leg, break an arm? Did your son break a leg, break an arm, break a leg, break an arm? Right? He's like, no, Folasade. Like I said, I didn't go to the hospital at all in 2017, and my son didn't either. So what did that show me? That tax preparer overpromised that they were going to get them the highest refund back or pay as little taxes as possible just to get you guys in the door. And because tax law says that you all, you, everybody that's watching me right now, watching me on Facebook, everybody that's listening on the podcast, everybody, Amazon, all of you, because you guys are responsible, then the tax preparer really don't care too much. They just care about their fees. And this is why they charge you guys a certain amount of money, so they can get their money and put their jail pot to the side, because they know it's eventually going to come if many of you start to get audited. So another thing, they pad business expenses, okay? So, for example, overstating your mileage, overstating your cost of goods sold, overstating your business use of home, overstating everything. So this is why if you guys come to me to get your taxes done and you try to pull a fast one on me and try to have 0, 0, 0, 5,000, 4,500, 4,500, 4,300, I tell you, go back to the drawing board, babes, and I will not put those deductions on your taxes. I had one client that took him 3 weeks to actually total up his actual expenses because I refused to even touch his tax return until he provided me his legitimate amount, his legitimate figures on his deduction list, okay? Many small business owners actually do this on purpose. And you know how? Because you guys are not doing your bookkeeping. So what you all don't understand is that many small business owners are padding their deductions because they are not doing their bookkeeping. So for all of you small businesses out there that have been watching me, okay, for years and years and years, okay, and I've been telling you guys to do your bookkeeping because your bookkeeping is what determines what goes on your taxes. Today just stamps it. You are committing tax fraud because if you don't put the right amount of your expenses on your taxes and you put an amount that's higher or even an amount that's lower, it's considered padding your deductions. And that is one of those 3 shades of tax fraud. So my advice to all of you out there, stop trying to play with the IRS because many of you cannot afford to get yourselves out of IRS trouble. Okay, you can't even, and I'm not trying to be shady or nothing like that, but for full representation services, many of us charge a $1,500 to $3,000 retainer before we even sit down at the table. Before we even know what's going on with your situation, run me my check. Run me my check. Give me my money. Seriously, I had 3 people walk away from me over the past week because they thought that it was going to be slick on Thumbtack, and y'all be trying to be real slick on Thumbtack. You talk about you need your taxes prepared, so we give you a fee for like $400, $300. But then come to find out, you need tax resolution services, which is $1,500 right off the bat. Then another $1,500 if we need it again, and then a 10% of what we save you. Okay? So stop trying to use the tax code or the tax system to get rich and start to use the tax system to make sure you only pay what you are supposed to be paying. And that's where professionals like myself and a few other ones that's out there that's amazing, okay, can help you. So if you have experienced tax fraud and you didn't know it, give me a call, 301-232. You don't have to cringe right now. 301-232-5700. This is your safe space, because after this safe space, the next place is IRS space. And when they come knocking on your door, right, what are you going to do? You're going to think about today's show on The Money Zone, exclusively on RipRadioNetwork.com, okay? You're going to think about me right now. You're going to say, oh my gosh, Folasade told me, oh, why did I go to this person? And so let me tell you why that's a problem. If the IRS realized that you committed tax fraud on your 2017 tax return, they have a right to audit you for the past 3 consecutive years. Or the 2018 year. So let's say you did it fraud on tax year 2017. They can audit your 2018 tax return, and then they'll wait until you file that 2018 bad boy. Then you get that notice because they were waiting for you to file it to open up the audit. And then they'll go ahead on and open up 15 and 16 or 16 and 17. So while you thinking you got that, ooh, $5,000 and you winning, right? No, you're really not winning. They're just waiting for that right opportunity, guys, for them to hit you with that major tax bill. And from my professional experience, the average taxpayer, regardless of what color your skin, how much money in your bank account, the last thing that you guys will want is to be paying me thousands and thousands of dollars for something that could have been prevented. Stop using the tax code to get rich. It doesn't work like that. They're already giving you credits. You just have to know what is applicable to your situation. They're already giving low-income individuals the earned income tax credit and the child tax credit. Because see, what you guys don't understand is that people that make my income or more, we don't qualify for that stuff. I don't get credit for Brendan Bryce. I don't get credit for none of that stuff. I don't. But people with a certain income, and we're going to talk about that in segment 2, you guys get those tax credits. But it comes with you understanding what is due to you. And another thing, do you understand that if you are caught up claiming these falsified tax deductions, the IRS can disallow you to claim to get the earned income tax credit or to get the child tax credit for years? So, for example, on our due diligence forms, it asks us, whoa, did you ask the taxpayer was any credits disallowed? Yes. Did the taxpayer say any of the tax credits were disallowed? Yes. Then it's going to say, oh, well, what tax credits? And then you got to say it. I have to say what it was. And then they'll say, oh, stop. This person is not allowed to get the child tax credit. I'm serious. See, this is why I cannot wait for you guys to really be behind the scenes with me. Like, I'm really trying to figure out a way for you guys to really be behind the scenes with me. So, guys, that just wraps up segment 1 of the Money Zone on Rip Radio Network, the 3 shades of tax fraud, okay? And that is padding your deductions, tax fraud, tax preparer fraud, okay? You going to that shady person that's going to just throw anything over there, and then also claiming others people's children. I hope that you take heed to this, because it can cause you your freedom, because it can be criminal charges, guys, brought upon you. Then it can also prevent you from buying a house if they put a tax lien. They can prevent you from getting paid because they can put a levy on your wages and garnish your wages and garnish your bank account. Why is it worth it? Is it really worth you guys getting shut up, shut down, and embarrassed? Because if I were you, the IRS can call your job and embarrass you. They can even pop up. Us advocates been fighting for them to not allow that law, but I think they actually passed it where they don't even have to inform us that they contacting your neighbor to find out your lifestyle, baby. Okay? So guess what? You've been exposed to 3 shades of tax fraud. Guys, we're going to be right back for segment 2. guys, welcome back to the Money Zone. I'm your host, Folasade, the Accountability Accountant, guys. If you are not following me on all things social media, please go ahead on and follow me on all social media. Okay, Folasade, the Accountant, as well, Folasade, the Accountant. Google me, you can find a website, follow me, everything, right? I would love to see some new friends over there, especially since my goal is to, one, help black people and any minorities become economically included, and then also reduce the small business failure rate, because through entrepreneurship, you can build wealth and you can become economically included. So the Money Zone is required. So guys, please, if you're following me on any platforms, please share with your friends. Let them know Folasade is here. She's in the building, y'all. Okay. So segment 2, 2020 tax rates, right? This is where the tax planning come into place. We talked about this briefly, like the rich take advantage of the tax planning, and many poor people, you guys don't. You guys don't understand that. If you were to come to me right about now, I can tell you what you should be paying out of your W-2 just so you can pay only the right amount of taxes or limit the amount of taxes that you pay. But then also I can help you, right, keep majority of your money by strategically helping you look at what deductions and expenses and tax credits and all of those amazing things that are applicable to your particular tax situation. So on November 6th, 2019, the IRS released their updated 2020 tax rates, okay? And I'm going to just go ahead and start to say they'd always do my earned income tax credit folks bad, because they didn't even really break it down, and I didn't realize that, and I didn't have time to put my sheet up there, and I think I might do, but Trump may not be able to show it. But give me 1 second. Yeah. So, but they ain't put the earned income tax credit rates on there. And you know what I'm realizing is that they always are not paying attention to my regular folks. Remember, I've been there and done that. Everybody needs to be included. So for real, for all of you guys, include the earned income tax rates, please. But you know what? Thank goodness I have my own stuff. I may not. Let me see if I can get to it really quick. Let me see. Boop, boop, boop. 2020. Oh, got mine. All right, got mine. Trump, you may not be able to see it, though, because I thought I attached it to you. Nope. I had downloaded it for you and everything from Box, but I don't know. What happened. Like I said, I was kind of like all over the place today, rushing. So while I'm waiting for my small business tax guide to come, just to let you guys know, if you want to know the rates, go to my website. It's in my freemium on my site, 2020 small business tax rates. But first things first, for all of you that don't know anything about anything, okay, the first thing that's most important to you is your individual taxpayer rate. So if you look at that, this is the lowest time ever in history for us to be paying only 10% of taxes, 12% of taxes, 22% of taxes, and so forth and so forth and so forth. So this is like the only time, the lowest time in history that we've been paying this little in taxes. So what does that mean for you? That basically means that you can make up to $9,000, and it's on the screen. You can share your screen, Trump. You can make up to $9,000. Yep, right there. You can make, thank you. You can make up to $9,875 in income, and the only amount of taxes that will be due is 10%. But let's really be honest. When we factor in your standard deductions, when we factor in, and see, this is why everybody on Instagram talking about hire your child and do all of that stuff, but they're not telling you guys that you got to do real payroll. So yes, you can hire your child and pay them money and pay them $12,000 and all of that stuff. And, I got a class to teach you how to hire your child the right way, okay? Because many of you guys are going to screw up trying to learn tax code from Instagram. Like, let me be really, I had to go and throw that. I'm going to be shady sometimes. I had to throw that down, right? But this is the lowest amount of time that you can pay this low amount of taxes. So they're basically saying that if you make up to $9,875 in 2020, you are only due to pay 10% in taxes. But due to the standard deduction, okay, due to the standard deduction, you may not even have to pay that 10% in taxes. So that's where the refund come into place, because more than likely on your W-2, You probably paid the 10% out of your check every week, right? But when it comes down to now you filing your tax return, we will now say, hey, this person made $9,800. They paid $980 in taxes, but their standard deduction is $12,800 or something, right? So guess what? The IRS owe you the difference. And that's where your refund come into place. Okay? If you make between $9,876 and $40,125, your total tax that you will end up having to pay is the 10%, which is the $9,875, plus 12% of any amount over the $9,000. So basically what they're saying is, once again, right, you're going to end up paying that 12%, out of your W-2 if you file or completed your withholding taxes maybe incorrect. Because honestly, why would you be paying taxes when you know the standard deduction will wipe out your taxes? See, this is why you guys need to hire an accountant. And this is why many families are struggling financially, because some of you guys are having taxes come out of your check and you don't even make enough money to even have the taxes come out of your check. But guess what? You keep hearing, oh, I'm going to get a refund back. I'm going to get a refund back. All you're doing is giving the IRS and the Treasury Department a short-term loan. A short-term loan. And if you don't file your taxes on time, you're giving them a long-term loan. But many of you are not consulting with professionals like me so you can know what to fill out on your W-4 form. Because like I said, many of you are paying taxes for no reason. Stop it. Stop it. Do your tax planning. Consult somebody. Call my office. 202-618-1297, okay? Or go to my website, accountingwithfolasade.com. I might got a course right there that you can purchase that will help you learn how to fill out your W-4 form and how to pay only what you're supposed to be paying in taxes. So if you're married filing jointly, kind of the same situation. You will only pay 10% of taxes on $19,000, but because the standard deduction for married filing joint is $24,800, right? Guess what? If you only make $19,000, you will subtract the $24,000, and that's your refund. So once again, many of you are paying Uncle Sam withholding taxes. Now, not your Social Security and your Medicare taxes, guys. We can't do anything about that. You have to contribute into that. But your federal taxes, because you are not knowledgeable enough to understand that your income should not be taxed or your income should not be paying federal taxes, okay? And so I may go into a little bit further. Like I said, when I'm having fun with my tax, the time be flying. Like it's 7:48, yo. And I didn't even get through nothing. Okay, right? So let me go and break down this standard deduction. Because I know you was like, Folasade, what is this standard deduction thing? You keep saying this standard deduction, right? So the standard deduction is an amount that every individual in the United States of America gets the opportunity to claim. However, depending on your income, right, there's a certain threshold where, okay, the tax code said, oh, you're rich. You don't qualify. You don't need the standard deductions anymore. You don't need that. But most people end up qualifying for the standard deductions. So this year, if you're single, right, that's that $12,400. So if you've been Insta famous, you watch Instagram, everybody's talking about, oh, you can pay your child $12,400 and they don't have to pay no taxes. Yeah, that's true, but are you going to do it right? See, y'all gonna get y'all kids in tax debt trying to do taxes, learn taxes from Instagram and not paying for the course. That's the bait, you guys. So not gonna go any further. Next thing, married filing jointly. Your standard deduction or surviving spouses. Your standard deduction is $24,800. So basically what they're saying is, and let me just try to pick the easiest number. So let's say, for example, you and your husband only made $25,000. Your standard deduction, which is $24,800, will be subtracted from that $24,800. So, I mean, your $25,000, right? You will subtract that. My phone died. Hold on, y'all. So you would take the $25,000 minus $24,800, which will leave you with $200 of taxable income. So that you will only be paying taxes on $200. So if your income is $25,000 and you're married, you should not be paying no withholding taxes. But because you guys are not, y'all doing too much, okay? Y'all need to know. Married filing separate, $12,400, okay? And then head of household, $18,650. So many of you that qualify for head of household, if you make, let's say, $19,000, then your taxable income will only be about $350 because you will subtract the $16,000 out from your 19. So they will only leave you, the $18,650 from your $19,000. So it will only leave you with $350 in taxable income. And some of you that only make $19,000 are still paying withholding taxes. So you thinking the IRS is giving you all your money back and stuff like that. You could have kept that money throughout the year and didn't struggle, and also still got your earned income tax credit. Did you all get what I just put down? You could have kept the $3,000 that you struggled to pay with, and every time you looked at your check, you got sick to your stomach because it wasn't enough money for you guys to keep in your household, right? When if you would have hired me, I would have told you, hey, mama, do not pay no withholding taxes on that. Claim the maximum, okay? And you still would have qualified for your earned income tax credit, your child tax credit, and everything else. So, guys, we may have to do a double up, a part 2 on 22 tax rates because I didn't even get to go into the earned income tax rates. I didn't get to go into the many different changes that they also made, but the money zone is about to end, okay? So guys, don't be a stranger. Give me a call if you have questions like this, because I know many of you have no clue as to what I just said, and you need to know this stuff so you won't get into a tax preparer that is fraud, okay, or do the scams and be taken advantage of. And say that they did you a favor when you were already qualified for earned income tax credit, when you already qualified for child tax credit. They talking about pay them, run them $500 more for what? But because you didn't know that you will already do these credits and stuff, you're being taken advantage across the board, guys. So I had a blast today, guys. If you need help with your taxes, give me a call, 202-618-1297. And also contact one of my mobile tax consultants, guys. So I just launched my Mobile Tax Consultants of America. So I will have tax consultants all over the United States of America that they can help you work with professionals and experts like me. They will come to your home. They will call you to help you submit your tax paperwork to me and my team so we can file your taxes the way that they are supposed to be filed. And the beauty of it is that we keep the coins and the money in the family. So your mobile tax consultant will get a referral fee, a sourcing fee for referring you. If you decide to become a mobile tax consultant as well, you will also make money. So this is the chance for all of you guys to make money off of tax season. Instead of being ripped off and being taken advantage of, come and look at Mobile Tax, and I should have gave you that, Trump, too. Mobile Tax Consultants of America. They'll be able to come to your home. They will call you. They will pop up. They will run up on you to make sure that your taxes are filed in a timely manner, in the comfort of your home, and you have a better understanding of what you guys are due. So I'm your host, Folasade, the Accountability Accountant, guys. I had a blast, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye, y'all.